Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful podcast, or what I can say, a big announcement on JCTV Africa. I'm broadcasting live from Pamasha Resort, which is in Shurugwi, that is in my province of Midlands. And I'd like to say thank you everyone for joining me as I'm going to make this big announcement to anyone that loves JCTV Africa. I've been doing JCTV Africa since 2019, and over the journey, I have made some mistakes, and have grown as a brand from working as a Uber driver, posting videos maybe once or twice a week, until I started doing some live shows during the COVID-19 era. So this has been a journey, and I would love to thank everyone that has supported me in my infancy and everyone that supported me up to today. You are very, very important to me. Making this announcement to everyone that has been following us, those that have started following us from way back in 2019, 2020 up to now. You've enjoyed our content, you've enjoyed, you've supported, you've commented, you've liked, you've shared the videos, you've recommended us. A lot of you recall that when I started doing political analysis or political commentary, and I continued doing that from 2019 up to last year, which is in 2025. But there was a sudden shift, and the sudden shift was caused by a number of things being in Zimbabwe. The first reason why I shifted from political commentary to sort of like entertainment or informing entertainment was because the experience that I went through last year in March. So this being March, I think it is an important announcement to make. You recall there was a call for protest which was called by the late Blessed Beza, and a lot of people stayed away on that particular day, on the 31st of March. I went in town. I was the only journalist in Zimbabwe who did that live broadcast from the CBD. I remember at my peak when I was doing the live, I had about 3,000 people watching. That being said, I then got detained at Copacabana by the police. Despite me having more than 70,000 subscribers, I posted on the community. Nobody came to my rescue. And I was detained for about 6 hours. The only people that came to rescue me was MISA. And that made me to make a sharp reflection of our political landscape in Zimbabwe and how people respond to people that try to go out in the front and want to be heroes. I realized that sometimes you're on your own. People didn't come to support me or to commiserate with me after the ordeal, even if after I posted that this is what I went through. Nobody came through to say, hey, my guy, we understand what you went through. You didn't deserve to go through that, because I was not part of the people that were protesting. I was just there sharing information on what is happening. Even when I had a peak of 3,000 people, nobody even sent even $1 or $5 on the live broadcast to say, we're supporting you. That made me to make a huge shift in whatever I was doing, because now I started to realize that maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I started then to do an introspect and a review on the content that I was doing, and I realized that political content that had given me what I can say dividends in return was mostly the political content where I was talking to the people outside Zimbabwe or outside of my peri. Uh, I think I was addressing South Africans over like Africans in particular. I was talking about Julius Malema, but it was one of my most watched videos. And I also looked at other of my most watched video. I was with that boy in that guy in Mrewa who got married to a lady who was 60 years old. So I started to take stock and say, is this thing worth it? My most watched content is non-political. My most watched content, if it is political, it is just on the African continent. Why should I accept myself or put myself in harm's way and do commentary where I end up me being in trouble? So I then decided to say, let me do commentary, let me follow content that is to do with entertainment, not because it's a safe content, but it is content where I get most support. I remember we went to Kadoma with Komaslai thereafter. We went and did a story of Itranya Tsungo, my niece who disappeared in 2013. When we did that story, it blew up. A lot of people watched, a lot of people supported, a lot of people commented. I realized that I had a family now. And you remember I went back to Venice. We did a story of Langton Jr. A lot of people supported. My Facebook page started from it is 900 followers. And from that time, the page grew from 900 followers to close to 44,000 followers. Now we're talking about 146,000. I've been posting a lot of content lately, but I can say that the family came from people who were interested in that kind of content. So I realized that there is a shift in life, and I thought I needed to talk to people that who follow this channel. Please, guys, if you want to send a comment, you can also send a comment, and you can also support us from $99 to $5.99 to $30, depending on how you value our content that we bring you here. So if you're watching this as a rebroadcast, thank you for that. Please support this channel. So once that happened, I then decided to make a move to go to the rural area. Not because I was scared of town, but I found that most of the content that has given me dividends on this channel was coming from rural. The story of DK came from rural. The story of Itranya Tsungo came from rural. The story of the Langton Jr. came from rural. All these stories that made this channel to blow up came from rural. Yes, there are times when people supported me because of my political content. I do not deny that. I grew because of that. But however, I then had to make a conscious decision to see whether what I'm doing is profitable in the long run to me or to this work that I'm doing. And I realized that there is a lot of people. Oh, thank you, Sekuru, good picture. Thank you for coming through. I then realized that the content that I needed to do was something that is to where I get more support, where I see the audience resonating with what I'm doing, hence the shift. And then made another shift again. Why? Because we do content not because we just want to do content. content is done, one, for money, content is done for entertainment, content is done for people to find work. It is work and business. So once you see something not making business sense, the best thing is to drop it and try something new. I remember the words of um, uh, the non-businessman, Dr. Strive Masiwa, saying that do not be scared to stop something because it's not paying off and start something new. I decided to make that conscious decision to say, let's stop this political content. One, you are having people polarized, and having people polarized. At the same time, yourself, you're burning out. Nobody's coming to support you. No brands wants to associate themselves with you. And that is one of the deterrents. So I realized that those that are doing political content, let them do that. But you need a big budget, you need a big backing, you need, when I was studying journalism, these are some of the concepts that we're discussing, that without proper funding, without proper money flow, you are bound to stop. Some media houses, they've closed. You know, Alpha Media, one of the biggest newsroom in Zimbabwe. It was in the news recently because of this issue of unpaid workers and a whole lot of things. Some of the old media houses, they've closed shop because they couldn't adapt to what was happening. Now, this era of digital technology where we are, where we join in the bandwagon of media, we also need to be circumspect. And I thought that decision was to say, let's do something that is going to be profitable at the end of the day, because it doesn't help to continue doing something, yet you see that it's not paying dividends. So yeah, that is one of the reasons. And you create enemies unnecessarily, but in creating enemies unnecessarily, you also burning out. So why not create enemies when you are earning out of that, when the business is profitable at the end of the day? So these are some of the things that I think we have to look at and say, let's do something that is very profitable. And I am finding that during this time when I am doing content that is to do with Starlink, content that is to do with rural movement and information, I'm finding that one, I'm not burning out, I'm not doing content every day, I'm doing test content, yet the dividends are much better. I have more time with my family, but also I can walk freely in my country without fear of looking over your shoulder that somebody's going to arrest you. So these are some of the things I had to allay my fears to you so that you understand why I changed and I started doing this content. Some people will just say, let's do it, keep on doing it, but they won't be supporting you financially. Whereas I'm not asking everyone else to support you, support me financially, but I'm just saying that a lot of people would say, give us this news, give us this news, give us this news. But when you don't have financial backing to go out and chase the news or to find out, do investigative journalism, those things, you won't be able to achieve them. So hence you see in Zimbabwe right now, we don't have so much investigative journalism because the coffers are dry for media houses, and that is forcing them to go into their shell because there's no money for that kind of funding. But anyway, this is what I want you to do. If you're watching this as a rebroadcast, thank you so much for watching. But I also want you to support this channel, not by just subscribing, but also support what I do. I desire to go around telling the rural story, mostly from Bokwe, where I come from. Some of you remember the story that I did past few days of Mr. Madani, the goat farmer. I've got a lot of goat farmers that are lined up in Bokwe, people that are doing profitable those stories, they need to be covered. And I would want your support to do that. And if you have in your heart that this is the kind of content that you want, and I don't know a lot of people want that kind of content. You want to learn, you want to come back home, you want to come back home equipped, and you want to learn from people that are doing real things. And at the end of every video, I give the contacts of those people that I interview. And I don't charge those people where I go to the interviews. So I'm giving this information to you for free. So I would require you as my viewer, as the people that are supporting this channel, to not just subscribe, but also support so that we can interview people that are going to be helpful in your movie. So that when you want to get this information, it will be also easy for you. That's the goal, the main goal. Because if you see practical things, it will also help you to do practical things of coming back home. So support the channel by not just subscribing, but also getting in touch with us. There are platforms where you can support. You can support us on PayPal. You can support us by sending money through EcoCash. I'm also going to leave a Baker Buddy. If you're in South Africa, you can donate you can partner with us on Donate. I don't want to use this Donate. You can partner with us on Baker Buddy. We normally have challenges to say we want to buy this. Like right now, I'm saying I need a motorcycle or mobility for me to be able to move around Zimbabwe or move around these areas. Some of the areas, the reason why I need a motorcycle is some of the areas when it is rained, no cars normally travel in those areas. But if you've got a motorbike, you can travel. In some areas, you can push. In some rivers, you can cross with a motorbike rather than with a car. So that's the reason why I want a motorcycle to travel around Zimbabwe. But ideally, you would want a vehicle to travel around Zimbabwe. So I want your support to do that. So there is a budget that I put out there for everyone who wants to support. So that's the first thing that you need to do. Then the second thing that also you can do is you can support on, I said, Baker Buddy, PayPal. On the YouTube, you can become a member, you can become a partner, starting from $2. You can send me money through EcoCash, through Western Union. My FNB account is also there. So all those platforms, you can actually use them to support this cause. And I would love you to do that so that we can support this video. But that being said, I want to say thank you to everyone that supported me. I needed to tell you, my viewers and my listeners, I am broadcasting live from KwaMahla Resort, which is in Shurugwi in Midlands Province. So if you are out there, we're going to leave the details on the description. So if you're watching this broadcast, you will also be able to see that. So we are broadcasting from KwaMahla Resort. It's a place where you can come and experience rural, and not only experience rural, but you see for yourself what is happening and how people are investing in the country economy. And it will be also very interesting for you to learn. So it is a place for you to learn, it's a place for you to be inspired, it's a place for you to ask questions and see what is viable and what is doable in your area. That being said, thank you so much. If you've got any questions or if you want to make any contribution, leave them in the comments. I would be able to respond to all of them. And if you want to get in touch with me, the numbers are in the description if you're watching this as a video broadcast. But if you're watching now, I would say after I finish this broadcast, I will post all the contact details of how you can get in touch with me. So thank you, and I really appreciate it. So some of you were wondering why I'm no longer doing political content, because I realized that, number one, if you go on YouTube, there is also a thing called click per mile. Political content did not have a better CPM, so you will burn out, but at the same time, you are not getting your returns. So why do something that Life is too short for you to concentrate on things that bring negativity and everything. I want positivity, and it helps me. Some of you have seen that I even changed, adding weight because of that. Not because I'm eating too much, but because I've got a peace of mind in me, and yeah, I want to continue that trajectory on things that give me positivity, because life is all about taking stock and also looking at what you are doing. Is it profitable? Even the Bible encourages us that we do that. Jesus speaks about this, that a man will not look at the cost of the house when he's building a house. Yeah, Mr. Sekulugulo picture. No, we are not in Bokwe. We are in Shurubi, but we are in what do you call this place? We are in Shurubi, but we are in the Midlands province. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm testing this live streaming app called Riverside FM. So yeah, we're going to do lives every day. How are you doing and everything? I know you are now back in Zimbabwe. It will be great to interact and connect with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate your comments and your support throughout my career. And yeah, I really understand what you're going through also in this shifting. So thank you so much, brands. You're welcome to come join us. And if you want to advertise your stuff, get in touch. If you want to do sponsored, branded content, yeah, get in touch. Let's do business. Because I found that this content, people or brands, they find it to be easy for them to connect. So guys, you're watching this, you've got your company, you want us to advertise your company, get in touch. Let's do it, because we want to take JCTV Africa further. So that's all. You have a good morning, and don't forget to come Kwamasha. We have Easter holiday coming soon, so please, if you want to come here and spend time with your family, this is a place where you can chill and relax as a family and reconnect and have a touch with nature. It is very healing, because in the CBD you are breathing a lot of contaminated air. But I'm also with a number of YouTubers. I'm with Kundai Chitima, Shelton Trending, Hamu, got Violet. Some of the YouTubers are going to see them. We're going to do a video, so please brace up for yourself, because we're going to bring you that content here from Kwamasa. If you are lucky, we are going to do a live broadcast together with everyone, so that you can see what is happening here. Interesting stuff. Thank you. I don't want to keep on waffling here, but I want to say thank you to everyone that is tuned in and everyone that is watching here on our channel. That being said, good day, and keep on supporting JCTV Africa. As you can hear in the background, that is Lonak, Mr. Lonak. Here with him in this room. He's also part of the YouTubers that are here at Kwamasa. Also, some of the brand ambassadors, I spoke to them. You can go check out that interview. That is Bosi and Tando Blogs. They are ambassadors of this place. So also follow them, follow their journey. They're in Nigeria.